Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. Get some comfy here. Get some better light. Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to FPL. Don't panic. Right. Game week 6 wash-up time. I'll keep that one brief. And most importantly, Bishop Brennan Cup time. And yeah, good scores, guys. Good scores in the there this week, and some really good ranks. But let's talk about the game week that was. Not really happy. Really feels, I feel like I say it most weeks, but especially this week, a story of what should have been, might have been, but isn't. Um, Somehow I have contrived to miss my 70 points by one. That fucking referee. Seriously. Dewsbury Hall. That was a clean tackle, wasn't it? That was a totally clean tackle. And not only give a free, but a bloody yellow card. Which, if you take the 73 and hit -4, 69 points. That was the one that pissed me off the most. The whole, never mind the Bruno missed penalty. I knew he was going to miss. As soon as a bit of the play acting started, there was a long delay, obviously, with the VAR. Then they started doing subs. I just walked away. I just going to miss. See the last missed penalty all over again. What's in his top 2 inches where he can't take a bit of distraction with a penalty? No, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, just have a quick run through it. Yeah, I am not overly happy with it. It is what it is, I guess. But just so many freaking bad decisions by me. Well, just not necessarily bad decisions, but things that didn't work. Namely, bringing in Foden. Which was basically the hit. I still think that I'm still not unhappy with having Foden in my team, to be honest with you. I do think the boy's coming back into. He was pretty close to having a goal as well in that game. So hopefully that is one that will play out over in time. But yeah, 73 points, -4, it's 69. It's 824,000 game week rank in the world, and so it's not bad. Yeah, decent enough frank rise. It was at 330, I think, 292,000. Obviously, you had to take that on a week by week basis, but the feeling will remain that this should have been, an 80 or even a 90, and that we should have been pushing towards maybe even the top 100k, because it's very tight up there. A few points make such a difference. For instance, I was inside the top 200k, about 100. 180, 190, I think it was, on 60 minutes. And then I was watching the game with my missus, and I said, I just watch someone score now. They'll just tease me with the points, and then they'll take them away, and that's exactly what happened. But that knocking that clean sheet out cost me 100,000. That's how tight it is at the moment up there. That's why it just feels a case of what might have been between the Bruno sending off. Yeah, no, just a whole bunch of things in there. Just one of those weeks. Take it on the chin, move on. I do have problems though. There are problems. Now with the Dewsbury Hall booking has obviously now put him out for a game week. He was on the sell list anyways, in truth, but I did need him for another week. But now I've got the double problem with Dewsbury Hall. Definitely out for the next game. Rodri, yellow flagged. I need to catch up on that. Is it a genuine injury, or has Pep just removed him from the squad completely with an excuse to give him a complete rest, given it was a Burnley at home? Don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we get any news during the week. So I will do a what's my team going to be for game week 7 soon. I spoke in my last video about feeling sort of needing to move towards a 5-4-1-4-5-1 formation. I think that's where the points are. You could argue the case given the week game week I've just had, because obviously if you took out the Howler triple captaincy, it was actually a bit of a disaster of a game week. Everyone did their best to avoid DEFCON points, particularly midfield. Lots of them coming close, but not actually getting there, and obviously not getting a great deal of points all round, really. I think it was, say, just Haaland, Sinisi, and Semenyo that actually returned actual points this week. Yeah, it was actually a disaster of a game week, the more I think about it. Just saved by the Haaland triple captaincy. But it is what it is. Not going to help my spreadsheet when I do pump the numbers in. I do still believe that given where the points do seem to be accumulating and where we're seeing, obviously a long list of defenders averaging 5 and 6 and more points. Some of them DEFCON, some of them not DEFCON. Getting that balance right with that back five to achieve, I think more than the 5-point average is needed there now. I think as a whole, you're looking for an average of 6 across the whole team, as opposed to what I usually would say was like 5 from defence, 6 from midfielders, and 7 from forwards. I'm going to start to adjust that to ideally trying to achieve a 6 across all players, and trying to get as close to that as I can. Because certainly that's where it seems to be the balance now, and it's actually forwards where it's actually harder, apart from Haaland, quite frankly, achieving it. But Mateta, who's achieving it? João Pedro is still, I think, just about there. Need to pump the numbers in the spreadsheet. I'll come back with that later in the week. Enough on that. That's the game week done. That's how my bus team looks at the moment, just given the injuries. And I just think Mateta looks a bit better than João Pedro at the moment. By the way Liverpool are defending, it wouldn't surprise me if João Pedro gets a goal. Not set on this. This is just a bus team. I'll come back with that in a day or two's time once I've had a bit more thinking time and thinking about the big one, I think. Do I do a transfer or do I roll? Because there's not too many places I can go. If I'm looking to get rid of Dewsbury Hall and probably Rodri, there's not too many places I can go for players that I actually want. Sarr is a player that does interest me a lot. And I'd say, but it's not, but really I ideally should be looking at an Arsenal player, but the only one I can get to in one move would be Dewsbury Hall to Rice. Or do I use a couple of hits? Don't have the answer to that yet. Thinking about it, not going to do anything. See how these midweek matches and etc. play out in case there's anything else I need to worry about, and we'll see where we go from there. Okay. Bishop Brennan Cup time. Great scores in there, guys. Obviously driven a lot by the Haaland triple captaincy, but we made the right choices. We got the points, and that is what the game is all about. But it has certainly given some great rank rises. So let's have a wee look here. Actually managed to take a small red in my own league, despite having a green in the overall. That's how good these scores are. I mean, I haven't gotten such a good rank rise in the overall FPL, but still actually took a drop here. That's how good some of these scores are and how well some of you have done. Let's have a look. I know who the winner is, but I do want to do some special mentions. Let's start with retaining or regaining his number one spot. Alan redeeming himself after last week's. It wasn't so good last week, was it, Alan? But bouncing back, mate. And that's it. And this is where the averages play out. You got a good team. You can have these really bad game weeks. The following week, you got the right players. You got the right team. Have faith, patience, bang, and it bounced back. So nice one, Alan. Let's have a wee look. See if you made any cool moves. I'm going to assume you had a nice triple captaincy on it. The game week rank of 118,000, which is fantastic, Alan. Sanchez, Gabriel, you must have, jumped 10 feet in the air if that goal went in. I knew he was going to do something. Bloody knew it. Yeah, brilliant. That might be a move for myself. Maybe it is the way to go, and just not to be too bloody minded about it. And he has actually got DEFCON in both of his last 2 games. Just don't expect it so much in the next couple, but did say if he started banging goals, that's obviously going to change my mind. And if he's going to West Ham as well, still looking pretty ropey from corners. Maybe that should be the transfer as I start to reshape the team a bit. Anyway, yeah, just a great pick. Spurs defence not doing so well at the moment, is it? Gapco, Reindeers, Verts, Doku. Doku's such a good pick. Got some regret there, I think, that I didn't go that direction. But I got my Foden now. I've got my Foden. Have faith. Be patient. He'll do it for me next week. But Doku's a good pick. He's looking really good. Doku's looking good. He's so good against. He's that one City player. He's really good against that low block, isn't he? And just creating chaos, absolute chaos. Richarlison, João Pedro. What do you think about João Pedro? Is it time to move him out? Is he falling off, or is it keep the faith? I don't think he's had a shot on target in 2 games. And the lovely Haaland, isn't he? Yeah, we knew. If anyone, and I know most of you will have gotten the Haaland triple captaincy off your own bat, but if anyone was influenced by me, that makes me really happy that you went there and you got your points. That makes me really happy. But I know most of you, it was the logical choice. It was the absolute logical choice, and it was the game to play as was proven. But yeah, if I did influence anyone to go there, if they were having doubts with the injury and stuff, yay me. Alan, great stuff, buddy. You're flying high again, mate. But you must be in the top 10k. Oh, 10,202. Unlucky. Close. Nearly there, though. Nearly there, mate. Hang in there. You must be close to actually. I must add up your numbers sometime, but I think on your current pace, you'd be well on target for a top. If you keep those averages going, because you must be close to that 70. You're well on target for that top 10k, top 5k finish, I'd say. Keep it going. I have faith. Right. Let's have a look. Okay, Bishop Brennan Cup. What do we got? Let's give some special mentions here of some of these big scores up here. So I'll just have a go, just because I can't forget the second page. So there'll be some good scores in there, I'd imagine. Heather, you did very well this week. Really good score. You're going to start to climb. You're going to climb to these upper echelons. I can see it. Where are we? Yeah, Heather, great score there. Darren, you must be frustrated, same as me with your 69. Oh, that's a great score there. Daniel Norman. Who else we got? Let's just gonna make that a wee bit bigger, guys. Yeah, 78. Daniel, nice work, mate. Nice work. And another one there from Percy. So yeah, listen. Some of you guys down there, I know, listen. It can change so quickly. I know. This is sort of lower down the league. A couple of good game weeks in a row, and you can really start to start to climb. All right, let's go and find our winner, shall we? Let's have another quick look here. We've got some 90s. I'd have to make this bigger, guys. It's so hard on my eyes. I really got to get decent glasses. Hope you can all see that, all right? Yeah. What do we got? Okay, I think the winners there is fairly obvious. Stuart Fitzpatrick, 89. It's going to hit the 80s, guys, because those are obviously the big ones. Dennis, 83. Lee Cherry, nice, lovely little 90 there. Nicholas Black, 81. 89, Mark Williamson. Lots of 69s. That's that frustration of not hitting the 70. Matthew and Stephen. Yeah, it's good, guys. It's just good stuff. There's just some great scores in here. I could go on and on. It's just too many to mention everyone. Let's go to our winner though, and it is. I like nothing more than seeing someone hit a ton. Actually, there's one thing I like more than seeing someone hit a ton when I get to say the name John Vindaloo. You are this week's winner. It's not really a name, is it? Could be, I suppose. If it is, it's a cool name, mate. What are you, a rock star or something? Right, it's become a verse. Sure has, hasn't it? Right. Let's see if I can get your team up without too much difficulty and see. Let me just make sure this is okay on the other screen. Yeah, that can be seen clearly. Right, what you got? What have you got? Rhea, not this week, but the fixtures are coming, mate. So I can see plenty of clean sheets in your future. St. Easy and Gabrielle. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, Romero. Romero, I still think is a good choice in that Spurs defence. I think it'd be my pick if I was going to buy a Spurs defender. And Bemo, is he going to be on penalties now that Bruno has decided that he can't score a penalty anymore? Don't know. Enzo, also a really good choice in my opinion. He, with Palmer out, he's just so much more dangerous and a goal threat, getting up there with assists or the odd goal. Definitely a great pick, mate. Semenyo, of course. Grealish did nothing for you yesterday. Still think he looked very lively, particularly in the first half. So I think he'll still is still a very good choice. Bowen, Bowen, Bowen. Kept the faith with Bowen. Now here's the thing with Bowen. This new manager, I thought West Ham looked good yesterday, particularly in that second half, showing a lot more steel and determination, a little bit of a goal threat. Yeah, is he with a bit of a new manager bounce? Is Bowen an option to look at? Does it go back to the old saying, if West Ham score, Bowen's involved? Because he's got, it's his second, I think, in 3 weeks. Bowen could be an interesting pick when he gets going. When Bowen gets going, West Ham score, he's going to be involved. And yeah, new manager bounce. Can think of worse punts at the moment, to be honest with you, in the forward line. Actually, that's one to think about. Yeah, great, really well done keeping the faith there, mate. Especially when you look at your bench and who you left on your bench with Gapco. João Pedro, yeah, I'm thinking a bit on João Pedro at the moment. And Haaland with the triple captaincy. Good team, great score. I mean, even if you took the triple captaincy off, mate, you've done, that's a really good result. But with the triple captaincy, it's 100 plus heaven. 100 plus heaven, mate. Well done, absolutely brilliant. John Vindaloo, you are this week's Bishop Brennan Cup winner. Well done, mate. Well done, brilliant score. And where's that left you? That was an overall rank. It's fantastic, mate. 49,000 overall rank. That's honestly, by game week 10, if you're in the top 1 million, you're doing all right. It's actually good if you can get yourself anywhere around that top 1 million. With so many games to go, but if you can keep yourself in that sort of range, mate, that's really good going. 49,132, and your game week 1,448 in the world as a game week rank. John Lindelof, well done, buddy. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant. We go again. Early deadline, guys and gals. Early deadline. I had sort of passed me by, to be honest with you, until the Friday deadline. So just a few days before we're into it again. I'll be back. I'm going to do a bit of spreadsheet work. I'm going to do a bit of thinking. So I'm going to take my time. It's my birthday this week, so I'll be doing a lot of drinking as well. So I'll probably be back by Thursday with my final team and maybe just sort of run some numbers through the spreadsheet. Really don't know if I'm going to do a transfer this week. I really don't. Rodri out for Sarr or Rice would be the only two I would look at. Don't see Rice as a long-term pick. It's more to attack that West Ham fixture. Sarr I would see as a good long-term pick and would certainly bolster up that midfield. Not the easiest fixture, Everton. I didn't think Everton looked as good as I expected them to. I watched that game yesterday. Everton didn't look as good as I expected them to be at home. I thought West Ham should have won it in the end. We'll see. Those are the two key things I'm thinking about. Sarr or Rice for Rodri or roll. And probably should roll. Take a little bit of a knockback this week. Just go with this team. Keep my fingers crossed. If I drop a wee bit, I'm ahead of where I had thought I would be anyways. but the 2 transfers could be more valuable, particularly with that international break coming up. I'll have a think about it and be back on Thursday, I would say, with sort of final team and bit of a number crunch, and see how we think this next game, week 7, is going to go. Take care, have fun, play your own game. Do not panic. Well done, John Vindaloo. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.